Just as a forewarning, if you hear any weird noises, it's my cat. He's kind of tripping out right now. All right, so the first thing we start off with is our vocabulary terms. Now, if you forgot what these vocabulary terms are, you should be able to flip over your page and find them. The first one we're going to talk about is mean. So how do you find the mean? Well, what goes in these blanks is we add everything together, and then we divide by the total number of data points. What's another word for median? Middle. What's another word for mode? Most. And then how do we find the range? We take the greatest value and we subtract it from the smallest value. All right, so this was the circles graph shows a survey of 250 students that were asked to how they get to school. How many of the students surveyed ride the bus? Well, the first thing I see about this circle graph is that there is a blank for skateboards. I know that all circle graphs add to equal 100. So how would I figure out what the blank is for skateboards? I would take all of my numbers and I would add them together. So I have 20 plus 15 plus 35 plus 22. All right, so 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. So I write down a 2, carry my 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Plus 3 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. So I know 92% of my circle graph. Well, I know that 92 plus the skateboard is going to give me my total of 100. So how many people skateboard? 8. To do that, you could do 100 minus 92 to give you that 8. So we know that 8 people skateboard. It's not asking about people skateboarding, it's asking how many people ride the bus. So I have to go through it and I have to set up, well, let's take a look at our bus before I actually tell you that. So our bus has a percent. If you have a percent, what do you have to do? You have to set up a proportion. You can either do a part over whole or you can do a change over original. In this case, nothing changed. We didn't gain any students, no more students rode the bus than they did before. So we are working with a part over whole. Now, what do I know about the bus? I know that 20% of people rode the bus. So that goes with my percent. And then what else do I know? I know that there were a total of 250 students surveyed, which would go for the whole. I don't know my part, so we're going to do x. And then I'm going to rewrite that. So I have x over 250 equals 20 over 100. I solve this by cross multiplying, so I do 250 times 20. Well, I have 25 and 2, and those multiply to give me 50. And then I still have 1 0 here and 1 0 here that gets attached onto the end. Then I have 100 times x, which is going to give me 100x. I divide both sides by 100. These zeros cross out, and that leaves me with 50 divided by 1, which gives me 50 people riding the bus. Then I have the dot plot below shows the heights of a basketball team in inches. Use the dot plot to answer the following questions. So question 2 says find the mean, median, and mode of the data. So if we look at our definition of mean, it says to add and then divide by the total number of data points. So first, I have to figure out what each of these points means. So what is this dot right here? This dot right here is 68. What is this dot right here? 70. Now this dot right here is 72, and this dot right here is 72. Then I have 73. Then I have 74, and 74, and 74. Then I have 76, and 76, 78, and 79. I'm going to add all of those up together, which is why I'm allowing you guys to use a calculator. So what did you get whenever you did that? You should have gotten 886. And then after that, we divide that 886 by the total number of data points that I have, or the total number of dots that we have. So how many total dots do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I take 886 and I would divide it by 12, And what does that give you? That gives me 73.83 repeating. Or I would just say 73.83. Then I have the median. And remember, for our median, we go through and we cross off. You don't have to erase all of this, but I'm going to help you. We cross off the biggest number and then the smallest number, and then the biggest number and then the smallest number. So I want you to do that, and I want you to find your median. Okay, so we have 68 and then 79, 70, then 78, 72, then 76, 72, then 76, 73, then 74, and then I'm left with two 74s, which means my median is a 74. Then remember, mode is the most, so I just look and which number has the most dots on it? 74. This one says, what fraction of the team is 72 inches or taller? So that's going to be the number of people that are taller than 72. So how many people are taller than 72 inches? Well, I would have 73, 74, 74, 74, 76, 76, 78, 79, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. And then how many total people do we have? 12. We simplify this, so both 8 and 12 are divisible by 4. You could have said 2, and if you said 2, you just have to simplify it again. 8 divided by 4 gives me 2, and then 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. The last one this one says, what percent of the team is 74 inches tall? Well, percent means we do what? Percent means we set up a proportion. So I would have, nothing changed here. I didn't get any new teammates, no teammates changed height. So I would have a part over whole equals percent over 100. Well, my part is going to be how many people are 74 inches tall. So how many people are 74 inches tall? That would be 3 people that are 74 inches tall. And then my whole would be how many people I have. And how many people do we have? 12. I don't know my percent, so I'm going to put x. So I have 3 over 12 equals x over 100. We solve by cross multiplying, so I have 3 times 100, which gives me 300. And then I have 12 times x, which gives me 12x. We divide both sides by 12. And that gives me x equals 25%. This one says, what percent of the team is taller than the median? So this one's kind of, there's a lot going on here. So what is my median? Well, the median is 74. So we need to figure out how many people are taller than 74 inches. Well, if we look here, that would be 76 and 76 and 78 and 79. And none of these. Sorry, I shouldn't have done the same color. So how many people are taller than the median? 4. So when I go to set up my proportion, this time my part is 4, and then my whole is still the total number of people that I have, which is 12, equals x over 100. Solve by cross multiplying, so I have 4 times 100, which gives me 400, and then I have 12 times x, which gives me 12x. Divide both sides by 12, and that gives me 33.3 repeating. The last question says, Deandra was making bracelets to sell for a fundraiser. She made the bracelets at a constant rate of 8 bracelets per hour. Fill in the table below to represent Y, the number of bracelets that Deandra made in X hours. So let's say that she has worked for 0 hours. She hasn't even started. How many bracelets would she have made? 0. Well, on hour 1, we know that she makes 8 bracelets every hour. So on hour 1, she would have made 8 bracelets. So hour 2, she would have made how many bracelets? You would find that she made 8 bracelets the first hour and 8 bracelets the second hour, which gives me 16 total bracelets. The next thing it says is hour 5. Well, I'm going to go and I'm going to show you hour 3 first. So I would say that she made 8 bracelets the first hour, 8 bracelets the second hour, and 8 bracelets the third hour, which gives me 24. If you notice here, this is a pattern. I have 1 times 8, which gives me 8. This one is 8 times 2, which gives me 16. This one is 8 times 3, which gives me 24. So looking here, what would I do with my 5? She's worked for 5 hours. Each hour she made 8 bracelets. So that would be 5 times 8, which gives me 40. What about the 9? We would do 9 times 8, which gives me 72. And what about for 10? We would do 10 times 8, which gives me 80. That should be everything.